So monitoring learners while they're on a task. So you set up a task, you allow them some time, and then you monitor. It gives us a real insight into how much they've understood of a topic, how well they're able to apply this knowledge to move towards the successful completion of that specific task, and any areas they might be unclear about. Similarly, so when we ask them a question and they talk to us, or even in general, when we listen actively to a learner's responses and ask questions effectively, it gives us a lot of help in understanding their learning needs, and which in turn informs our teaching practice. So these are the two areas we're looking at here. A few tips for teachers, and I can see responses coming in. Yeah, so a few tips for us here. We need to realize that monitoring can be daunting to learners. So when your teacher comes and stands right next to you, it's a little unnerving at times, and you tend to shut up. So learn and find ways to do it a little discreetly. Something that I find particularly useful is to stand at a little distance and observe from there. Another way to do it could be to stand behind their backs. So you're not facing them, you're silently standing there and observing from there. Another thing that I at times do is I stand close to one student and I observe somebody a little distant. So that's another way to do it a little discreetly. Very important, as we discussed while talking about asking questions. Always allow some time to learners to get along the task before we start to monitor. If I start to observe and monitor right after setting up the task, it might actually deviate them from the task. They might become too cautious of my presence, so it might actually affect their learning negatively. So remember to do it a little later when they've started to feel more confident with the task. We all know teacher memory is a fantastic tool. But then to make it even more effective, we can silently use sticky notes to capture our findings by this observation. And somebody has raised this in the chat box. They said to find errors, which is of course an important aspect. We should also find and make a note of what they are doing well, what their strengths are, because it's important. They need to keep developing those strong areas as well while they work on their areas for development. So not just errors as well as the areas of strength. Yeah, that was the next point actually. Yeah. So don't be just focused on learner errors and mistakes. We must also make a conscious effort to find things they are doing well and highlight them. So after we've got all of this data, we've got all of these notes, we've found their strengths and areas for development. A very good idea is to discuss them with the learners and ask them to find what they feel their strengths are, what is it that they would like to work further on. We'll look at this in a little while, how we can co-plan our lessons with them based on this data.